Not gonna lie, the past 2 weeks have been fucking unbelievable. With all the floods, and all the family problems, the financial problems, and I don't know. I had to say goodbye to my girlfriend because uh, she got a scholarship and she is away now. She is in another country, and I will also be in another country, but in a different country this month. And I had to navigate all of that. I had to process all of that. And I'm really sorry that I haven't been uploading since the last time, which was changing your world one cognitive distortion at a time. But the video has a different title. It's not really a catchy title. The sub chapter title isn't a catchy YouTube title. So yeah, I hope you guys are still there. And if not, I hope new people will see this and hopefully help them. Hopefully share this to other people, or you know, hopefully you just learn something from this. Alright, let's just begin. Technique 1, Socratic questioning or Socratic questioning. Cognitive biases are unconscious and unchallenged. Our work is to make them conscious and challenge them. One way to do this is to be curious and ask questions in the style of the famous philosopher Socrates, who used a simple technique to approach truth. The humble question. Here's an example. The humble question. All women are gold diggers. Really? What evidence do you have? Well, there was Angela back in 1992. Do you have any other evidence? Well, not direct evidence, no. But everyone knows women are like this. Is that really true though? Everyone? Is that a thought based on facts or more on your feelings? Well, I guess it is based a little on my feelings. Could you be viewing the situation in absolute terms when a more nuanced approach would be more realistic? Okay, yes, maybe not all women are like that, some are not, that's true, and so on. Here, you refuse to take your own word for it and question every assumption and expectation. You ask, is this thought really true? Why do you think so? Is this rational? Where does this thought came from? Why? What are you not looking at? It sounds basic, but the fact is that many of us rush headlong into a belief without taking a second to ask whether we have any evidence for that belief. Pretend you're an alien with no preferences either way and just become curious. What do you actually know here? What is fact and what is emotion? Are you making guesses or assumptions or unfounded inferences? Could you be misinterpreting the evidence somehow? Simply become curious about other ways you might interpret the situation and how valid your current position is. Are you sticking to your story simply because you've always done so from habit? Often, we carry on with a faulty thought because it confirms beliefs and conclusions we already have about ourselves. Our inner narrative and self talk can be so persistent we simply start to accept it. But the Socratic technique is about examining your own validity and perceptions from scratch. You want to encourage yourself to think more broadly, more deeply, and more rationally. In essence, you are using pointed questions to uncover your own biases, blind spots, and faulty logic. You're not merely disagreeing with yourself for the fun of it, but trying to challenge your own lazy or automatic thinking. After all, entertaining other possibilities is the only real way you can start doing things differently. That is very good advice. Just questioning your thoughts, questioning your beliefs. We all have biases. We may not like it or not, and we may be aware of them or not. We all have them. And sometimes they can be a real pain in the ass. Oh, not just for you, for the people around you. And if you truly want to improve yourself, if you truly want to be a pleasant person, a good person around your loved ones, around the people that are important to you, you gotta question your biases. I have this, I'm not sure if how much of a detriment I have, or is this true or not, because sometimes, or maybe usually, I point out things that I think that are unhealthy, or things that annoy me. um, for example, I would tell my girlfriend that uh, you always do this in this scenario, in similar scenarios, in situations like this is how you do things, and it it is negatively affecting me. And maybe it's true. Maybe she is doing those things, but I should question myself. Does she really do this always? Does she really do this all the time? You know, maybe it's just because I highlighted in my brain those times that she did it, and it just feels like she does this all the time. And you know, telling that to a person will just get them all defensive, and instead of having a constructive conversation, it just becomes an argument, it just becomes a fight, you know. Or another clearer example of I would say I would say to myself that I always get the short end of the stick. I get the smallest piece of chicken. Um I get the least amount of soup. I get always get the worst kind of gift. I always get um the last piece. I always be the last one to pick things or whatever. I guess you guys already get idea. And I should also question that. I don't think it's always. You know, I don't think that I'm the unluckiest person in the world. But why do I say I always I am always unlucky. I always get the short end of the stick, because in reality that's just not true. Maybe most of the time, maybe usually, you know, in certain situations like a sport or a game, you're just unlucky because you're just not good at it. But you cannot just generalize everything. That's not that is not a good mindset to have. I understand being aware of things that are happening to you, but you should also be aware of how you react to things. And if your beliefs are true, if your perception of the situation is clear, because you could just be mad, you could just be sad. That's why your perception the things that are going on in your life is crooked. It's like looking at a funhouse mirror. It's not actually how you look. You shouldn't change, or you shouldn't blame things. Maybe you could blame the mirror, but you're the one who's looking at the mirror. So you could just blame yourself and just move on and find a better mirror, you know. So yeah, I hope I'm not just rambling all throughout this video. uh, I'm still gonna continue this, you know. I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna let my work and personal problems get in the way. To all the people out there who are struggling to make their dreams come true, don't give up. Just don't give up. Alright, that's it. Bye.
Please, I'm begging you.